welcome to Ray's Cakes. Thank you oh so much for clicking on today's video. In this video, we are going to be making a Rubik's Cube cake with a twist and matching cupcakes. Now there's a little funny haha story to this cake. This is for my girlfriend's son. His birthday party is this weekend, but I thought it was next weekend. She texted me yesterday and said, "Hey Ray, are you still making my son's cake and cupcakes for his party?" She's like, "If not, let me know and I can go and get one at Costco or something." And I said, "Oh no," I said, "I get paid. I'm gonna have all week to work on it and we'll be good to go." She says, "Ray, newsflash, my son's birthday is this Saturday." And I said, "Oh, well, ish." Well, that puts a little hamper and damper on things. I said, nope, I'm going to get it done. So I'm going to be doing a cake, but it's going to be a cake pop cake with a twist. So I'm going to be making little cake pops. I'm waiting actually patiently for Amazon to come with my mold so I can work on this. I'm still debating if I want to do actual cake pops or like with a cake pop mixture where I crumble the cake, or if I just want to take a cookie cutter and do layer cake in the chocolate. I think I might do the layered cake, but I'm not 100% sure. And I'm going to be taking some Rice Krispie treats, and I'm going to make these into cupcake toppers. I'm going to squish these into squares and make a little itty bitty Rubik's cubes to put on top of some of the cupcakes. I have 30 cupcakes to make, so I'll have plenty of, of space. And then I'm also going to make little circle Rubik's cube toppers. So yeah, I got a lot to do in such a little time, and it's already 2:30 in the afternoon. However, I have everything baked. I still have some homemade fondant I have to make. And yeah, so without further hesitation, let's get started on this video. Let's go. Okay friends, so what I am doing is I cut the Rice Krispie treat in half, and then I stacked the halves on top of one another, and I just squeezed them and I just made them into the best square shape as I most possibly can. I like using store-bought Rice Krispie treats for this just because I feel like they squish better. And then now what I am doing here, I am rolling out some fondant. Now I put piping gel on the first one, but for some reason that one did not work, as you can see. So I just actually left the bottom fondant on, and then I just rewrapped it and I rolled it like on each side to keep that nice square shape. So for the fondant toppers, I'm going to be making a little square topper, and I'm basically just cutting out using this little plunger, which is the perfect size that fits on the square. I'm just cutting out all the different colors for all the different toppers. So here are all the color of candy melts that I needed to create the cube cake. This is the mold that I used. I had got this from Amazon. It was a 2-pack, which was perfect because you actually needed like 3 of these, like completely full, in order to complete the cake. And of course I am putting my chocolate in each cavity, making sure the sides are covered, trying to get all the air bubbles out as best as possible. And you can't really see through it, but I'm making sure my sides are coated and everything, and just trying to make sure that when you do put the cake and the frosting in, it's not going to like melt the chocolate or get the chocolate soggy. So you want it thick enough to support that. So now I'm actually going to use a brush, and I am applying my second coat, I'm just making those side walls a little thicker and a little bit more durable. I'm making sure I'm packing that chocolate on in a nice thin layer and doing multiple layers, because like I said, you don't want that side wall chocolate to crack. I actually had a few of mine crack when I was just moving the mold, so I really wanted to reinforce that. Once my chocolate was set, I took my cake that I cooked on a very big cookie sheet, and I'm using my cookie cutter and I'm putting my first layer down. Now I'm taking my buttercream and I'm going to squeeze a layer of buttercream in between, and then bring my cake back and do my second layer. Once all your cake layers are in, I am now just going to cover the bottoms with some white chocolate. I had the most white chocolate. I actually didn't have that many candy melts for colors, so I just did the bottoms in white. But yeah, just cover your bottoms in with chocolate. Here I'm just repeating the process for the second mold because I had two of them. So right now I'm getting my square cake pan ready, and I melted a bag of candy melts. You're gonna need two 12-ounce bags of black candy melts. Make sure you get the chocolate up in those corners, and these are gonna be the layers in between each cubes. Once your chocolate cubes are set, very carefully remove them from the mold, and then get your mold ready to be prepared to make some more. So once your first black slab is set, remove it from the pan and the parchment paper, and then make another one because you're gonna need two. I'm just adding the second layer just to reinforce. And again, just repeating the process with the cake. So basically what I'm doing here is, before I stack the cake, just cleaning up the bottom with a X-Acto knife, which did not work out, so I just went with my blade. So here I'm just rearranging my cubes, making sure that they sit flat. I got my black slab of chocolate and just rearranging it, trying to see how everything fits. I'm using piping gel just to kind of hold them down so they don't slide all over the place and all that good stuff. And a total of 7 hours later, here is the cake all stacked, ready to go. Now time to work on the cupcakes. So once I found my small square cutter, I had to re-roll all the colors all over again for the smaller squares for the Rice Krispie Rubik's Cubes. I think this was the most time-consuming part. So here's also a little fun fact I wanted to share. Each Rubik's Cubes that I made had 45 little fondant tiles that I'm cutting out here. Yes, a real Rubik's Cubes have 54, but I did not do the bottoms because they were going to be sitting on top of a cupcake. Each one took me 18 to 20 plus minutes to make, putting these little fondant tiles on them. So that is a grand total of 450 fondant squares that I cut out just for the Rice Krispie Rubik's Cubes. That's not including the bigger ones that I cut out for the flat toppers. Just a fun fact for you guys. And now we are finally moving on to putting the cupcakes together. Praise the baby Jesus. It is the home stretch. I was on a time crunch. This is like the finish line right here. And now, after 2 days and many, many hours, mission is complete. Cupcakes and cake are done.